What's up? My name's Har Megiddo, and today I'm going to show you one of the best solutions I have found for live streaming as a DJ or live music performer. Here we go. So let's just get right into it. It's been quite a journey to try to find the best solution when it comes to getting good quality audio when you're doing maybe like a live stream DJ set for Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. And I've run into a lot of issues when it comes to doing live streaming, whether it's trying to find the right cable, or if this cable doesn't work, maybe finding another cable, and maybe technology has changed. For instance, this is a headphone jack, and Apple recently got rid of the headphone jack. I mean, that's a big issue. And so I ran into a solution where maybe this had worked fine when I had an iPhone 6, or if you're Android people, maybe you still have a headphone jack, maybe you don't. I know a lot of the phones like the Samsung and the Google Pixel are getting rid of the headphones. That's causing a major issue, because now you're running into the fact, well, I've tried to do those solutions with my Pioneer gear or with this rig setup when I'm doing a live stream, and it just doesn't work. So I was just like, I set on a quest to try to find a good affordable sound card that I could use for live streaming, because sometimes you just, being someone who creates YouTube videos, sometimes I don't want to spend hours on end to do a live stream. Sometimes I just want to be a performer, a musician. I mean, that's what I am first and foremost, is a musician. Whether it's playing these synthesizers or whether it's DJing, sometimes I just want to perform. And the best way to do that is to set up a computer or to set up your phone and mount it somewhere and then just live stream. But what you want to have is good quality audio for the viewer. Because what I found is that you can have crappy video, but if your audio is terrible, it ruins the whole video. So somebody is more willing to tolerate good quality audio and bad video than a good quality video and a bad audio. I've seen multiple comments on my videos. If the audio hadn't been exactly right, they're like, the audio is terrible on this. But even if I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago and there was some noticeable lag because I was still trying to figure out the best settings for doing live streams on YouTube, even though it had lagged, everybody was like, I'm still listening and it sounds great. Even though there's a lot of lag, it's a great song that you've made. So finding a good solution that I could present to you was like top priority for me to figure out. So the IK Multimedia iRig Pro Duo is the best solution that I have found for doing both Instagram live streams on your phone to get good quality audio and web streaming, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or anything like that. This is the best solution for all of those worlds that can meet this. What's great about this device is the fact that it is battery powered. You can have batteries in here, so that's great when you're doing a Instagram, maybe you're on the road, maybe you're on tour, and maybe you just want to do a small set in your hotel room. You can set your phone up, plug this in. You don't even need to have a power cable, and you can just be totally wireless doing a live stream, or maybe your buddy can hold it. And what's great is this can also be, this can also have a power source. If you wanted to plug this into your computer and do a YouTube stream or a Facebook stream, it's bus powered. So you can just plug USB directly into this port that it has, its special port that it has, and plug directly into your computer, and the power is right there. You don't need anything extra. It comes with a lot of cables. It actually comes with MIDI cables. It comes with a cable that would plug directly into your iPhone, and I'm going to show you how to set that up. And so it just has this interesting looking cable on the end of it that plugs into the machine itself, into the audio interface itself, and this goes directly into your iPhone like so. Let's see, let me pull out my phone. And it plugs directly into your iPhone, and then bam, so you can send audio from your DJ controller like the Pioneer DDJ-RR or the RZ or any of the controller ranges, or really any. You could even do this on the flagship CDJs and the Nexus 2s directly into this, and then have this mounted sideways if you're for Instagram, you want to do it long ways, the camera long ways if you're doing Facebook Live or YouTube. Or Instagram, you want to have it upright because Instagram's weird and won't change the viewpoint. So somebody would have to hold their phone like this while they're watching it. And then that way you can get good quality audio. And I've tested it out and it is great. So I'm going to do a couple of tests for you. I'm going to show you how to set this up. You can also, it comes with a lot of different cables. You can use this as your main audio interface. If you're traveling, it can have MIDI in. It has, let's see, it has a left and a right out if you wanted to send this to main speakers. So you, instead of having, you know, like an Apollo, you can use this to send directly to your speakers on your desktop, and this can be your main audio interface. It also comes with an adapter for Android, and then you can also have a MIDI keyboard plugged into it. So that's really cool. Another great thing about this is that you can actually monitor the audio, and let's say you wanted to see what your listener was listening to. It gives little indicators, green indicators, green, blue, yellow, and red. Red means you're peaking, so stay away from that. You can actually gain control this. It has 2 gain control knobs for that stereo sound that you're wanting. Or if you just wanted to do mono, you could do mono. Maybe if you just had a mono set up. But I suggest for DJs, you know, 2 stereo ends for the left and the right. And then you're wanting to appropriately gain stage that so that it's not in the peaking red. So you can kind of play around with the settings with that. So the iRig Pro Duo currently is selling for $170. That may seem like a lot, but this can also be your main interface, your audio interface for your studio. You may not need to go out and buy, you know, the Universal Audio Apollo. You know, I do a lot of work professionally for HGTV and for T-Mobile and for people like that, and I do a lot of commercials. So I use a lot of high-end plugins, and I do a lot of EDM work like that. And I'm very thankful that I can afford that. But if you're looking for something really affordable and portable, this is great for you. So now I'm going to give you a little tour of how you would set it up, and I'm going to show you how I would set it up if I was going to do a DJ live stream. So here we go. Okay, so I've got a pretty basic setup here. I am running the Pioneer DDJ RR with Record Box. I am coming out of the system with kind of an RCA cable to 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to plug the RCA into my master output, and I have my controller on, and then I have my iPhone on a tripod just kind of to show you. Let's say we were doing a Facebook Live, you would want your video tilted like that. If you're doing an Instagram, you would want your video upright. So what I've done is I've taken this and I've plugged it directly into the audio interface, and this is lit up blue, and then I've gain staged it. As you can see, when it's playing, it's green right now. It can turn yellow, but it can also turn red if you're peaking. So I'm just going to hang it right here, and it's pretty sturdy. It'll stay right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the audio before I go live. So I'm just going to test to make sure the levels are okay. I would prefer this to be not powered by battery, because I feel like if you are powering it with the adapter that you can order, because it doesn't come with a power supply. I don't know why I think that's a little bit ridiculous. I think you get a better quality sound instead of using battery power, but for this example, I want to show you if you were going to do a live setup. So I'm recording the video right here. Let me just double check. Yes, I'm recording the video right here. I'm just going to test the audio. And that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and decide to go live. So I press record and plug into my, or I start streaming and I plug into my DJ controller. And then I start performing.
Gonna take you. Take us all higher. Gonna take you. We got the.
So like that, I basically created a live setup right here where this is all mobile and you're getting a good signal, a good quality signal into the machine. So now you've got a really solid setup to perform live on Instagram, on Facebook, whenever you're just sick of kind of like, I've got to make a video, or I really just want to play in front of somebody. playing in a live stream on YouTube or on Facebook is a great way to do that, because you have an audience that normally you wouldn't see. I was streaming yesterday and somebody was watching me from Chile, and that's just incredible because they wouldn't have been able to see me in the USA otherwise. So I love the setup of this. I love being able to live stream. You're able to get to your audience quicker and faster and more convenient. If you just wanted to DJ on a Friday night and be the musician that you're wanting to be. That's the thing, is live streaming to me is allowing you to be a little bit more free. You don't have to worry about the production value. You are to some extent, but you're not having to do quick cuts and things like that. For instance, when I do these videos for you guys, I color grade them, I change the angles. I'm going from this camera to this camera, from this angle to that angle, and I want it to look professional. And that's what you're wanting to do if you're a professional DJ, or if you're wanting to be a DJ and do something a little bit more upscale. This is the solution I would recommend to you. Once again, $170. I think it's a great solution. You not only can use this in the studio, but for live streaming. It's just a great all-around product. I've seen a lot of other things out there. This is great because it does the stereo, which is what you're wanting when you're a DJ. You want that left and that right to come directly in here, and you're wanting that good quality audio. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced technique when it comes to web streaming. So let's say I'm doing a YouTube live or a Facebook live, and I want really low latency from Ableton Live. Sometimes when you run programs like OBS and web streaming that kind of use the internals of your laptop, like I'm using a laptop, so the power is not always great like you could get in a desktop. So what I like to do is I set my buffer rate at 128 so that I can get a really good performance out of my synthesizers and things like that. So I've set up my second computer. I know most people don't have two computers, but this is my DJ laptop when I go out and perform. And what I've done is I've taken the iRig Pro right here. If you can take a look right there, I have it set up. So that's taking audio in from my Apollo right over here. And that audio is not coming out of the master, it's coming out of a separate output completely in Ableton Live, and I'm running that through a stereo out on the back. Let's see if you can see. So if you see these two cords right here that have the red and gray tape on them, that's going to my main output. Excuse the dark. And then if you look, there's an output right there that's a separate output that's going over here to the iRig Pro Duo. And that's taking audio in. And what I have is I have two 4K cameras, the Brio, Logitech Brio 4K. So I have one set up right here for a wide angle shot, kind of like this. And then I have one right over here that's more of a close-up type camera. And then I can switch between the cameras using this Bluetooth keyboard that has hotkeys set up. So when I change, I can change the set so I can give kind of a more complex angle and kind of keep the viewer engaged. And that's really what you're wanting to do, is you're wanting to tell a story, whether you're playing this synth or that synth. If sometimes when you're real far away from something, it can kind of feel stoic or somewhat disengaging. But when you can get a really close, tight shot like that, or if I'm playing this drum machine right here, if I could get a really close shot like that, that would really keep the viewer engaged. And that's really what you're wanting, is to try to find the right angles of your room. Like this would be a good angle right here. So you just kind of have to play around with it. Like this would be a good angle. It would capture what I'm doing over here on the Prophet 6 or the Prophet 12. Or like I've set up right here, I wanted to get kind of a full screen shot. And this is kind of going into placement. I know it's not specifically iRig, but I really wanted to give you live stream tips so that you can effectively create a good story and a good live stream. If I just wanted to do this computer and like record this, I would probably use my main audio interface. And then what I would do would be I would use something like, what is it called? Let me see here. The loopback audio. It used to be called Soundflower. I don't know if you can see that, but it's called loopback audio. Basically, it can take what loopback audio does is it can take the audio from one program and send it to the audio into another program. If I wanted to do a screen capture of something I was doing on Ableton Live, I could send the audio from Ableton Live to my streaming software OBS if I wanted to do a Facebook Live tutorial on Ableton Live 10. So yeah, that would be something that you could do if you just had one computer. Like most people just have one computer, they don't have two computers. And this computer couldn't do that. It couldn't capture the screenshot. So if I was to do a live stream on Ableton or something specifically related to that, and I wanted to get the screen directly onto YouTube, you would only be able to do that with one screen. So I would probably use my main sound card, but you could also use this as your main sound card too. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Har Megiddo. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.